We all remember when we lost the life of beloved Jasani Smith. He was only 18 years old, and he lost his life to the riptide here in the Coastal Bend beaches. We want to do our part to raise awareness and make sure that you're able to have a good time on our beaches by educating you all. So joining me today, I have Greg Fuller and the mother of Jasani Smith, Miss Kawana Denson, here to educate us. Thank y'all so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. So Greg, let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about beach safety and some things that we want to look out for and be educated on.
Okay, as you come to the beach, we want everybody to have as much fun as possible, but be as safe as possible. So when you arrive at the beach, if you're from out of town and locals too, check in with a lifeguard and ask them about the current conditions. Our conditions change on the beach every single day. So for that reason, we have a flag system, and at every entrance to the beach, every access road, there's a sign that describes what the flags mean. And the flags will be flying on the lifeguard towers and on that sign as you enter the beach. And they're color coded, and it's the same pretty much around the nation. We have red, yellow, and green, and then a purple or a blue color flag. If you see a red flag, we ask that you take extreme caution and maybe not go in the water, because that means conditions are dangerous. Yellow means, general caution, still have fun, but, be very safe. Try to stay in front of the lifeguard or swim with groups. Green, even though it's green and it looks nice and calm, you still got to be cautious because it is the ocean. And if you see purple or blue flying, it just means we have a few more marine life than we usually do. More jellyfish or more stingray. We're treating them throughout the day, so we raise that flag for awareness to be cautious for those too.
All right. My son suffered from a jellyfish sting, and it is not a fun experience. So you definitely want to keep a lookout for those. Now, for anyone who isn't educated on riptide, what is something that we're looking for? And in the event we find ourselves caught in one, what is the best strategy to get out of it?
So if you do find yourself caught in a rip current, you want to swim parallel to shore or perpendicular to the direction the rip's traveling. Most of our rip currents in this area are around the jetties and piers, and you'll see them. It's actually a change in direction of the water going outward to sea, and the color will be a little different than the water around it. They're obvious to the people that know what they are, but not obvious to visitors that aren't on the beach a lot. So as a minimum precaution, we don't want to swim anywhere near any of the piers or jetties because that's where they're mostly located in this area.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. Now, moving on to you, Kawana. From all of us here at Coastal Living, we send our condolences for the loss of your son, and we send so much appreciation to you for making extra efforts to use that loss in an effort to help raise awareness here in the Coastal Bend with the Jasani Smith Foundation. Tell me about the foundation, how we can support you, and why it's so important to raise awareness.
Well, the Jasani Smith Foundation is a nonprofit organization, and it's, of course, named after my son, our late son, Jasani. And we work to promote beach safety and rip current education to our residents and to our visitors. We want to prevent tragedies like Jasani. It's totally preventable, and we work through our volunteers and ambassadors. We do what we call Reach Before You Beach. And so we do that through education. We have billboards up at on the I-37 on our main entrances to our beaches. And then we also provide beach safety education materials to our local schools, businesses, any organization that, again, wants to advocate for beach safety and rip current awareness. We just want to keep everyone safe, and this is the best way we know how to do it.
100%, especially living in this coastal town. It could be any of these beaches in the most innocent day, the most innocent person. So the more that we can engrave these precautions into people's minds, the better. And for anyone watching, keep in mind when you have friends visiting from out of town, maybe send a link to a website where they can learn about how to practice beach safety before they come down. Now, Kawana, give us some information on where we can go to support the Jasani Smith Foundation or any of the other proactive websites out there.
Yes, you can definitely visit the Jasani Smith Foundation website /education. We have a whole page dedicated to beach safety and also to include COVID-19 precautions as we still are in a COVID-19 pandemic. There's also the Texas Sea Grant. There's Visit Corpus Christi, and there's also the National Weather Service, Corpus Christi. So all of those websites are available. They all have educational information about how to stay safe while having fun at the beach.
Amen to that. And that's really what it's all about. We want to have fun, but we want to make sure we're practicing safety. We want our biggest concern to be feeding the seagulls and maybe having a little surprise from them. That should be the biggest problem on the beach. Well, all of this in memory of the belated Jasani Smith. May he rest in peace. Thank you both for joining us today and for making all the efforts to ensure our safety out on the coastal beach.